Hello, everybody. We are
Hello,
here
hello.
at From the Ashes Gaming. A little late night history pack number one opening. I didn't realize it was 36 boosters. And
36 boosters.
I'm here with Jeremy, Open Book Jeremy, as
Open book Jeremy.
we like to call him here.
History pack 1 made in Japan.
Oh yes.
So
I know you're. Are
I
they
don't-
all made in Japan, or we just?
a lot of the history packs so far have been made in Japan.
Oh, okay.
I for one am not normally a fan of Japanese cards. Like I did not like the
That
unlimited
sounds
printings.
slightly racist.
It's not racist because
I'm just kidding.
these have white borders. But seeing some other streams, like I'm excited to, kind of get a feel for.
I've not
the
watched any
texture.
streams, so are they pretty consistent on the pull rate, or is it?
I think people. I mean, we have a very low sample size, right? So it's kind of hard to say, but like I think we've seen like a lot of doubles and triples of some certain pools.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna add to that sample size here.
So we are the research right now.
We are the research, probably the third or fourth stream on History Pack 1.
I don't know how is the sound, everybody, or whoever is listening.
Beautiful packaging. Man.
I just love that they called it number one, so there could be a number two.
Number 2's coming in 2024. You heard it here first.
Am I? What's the? I got a serial number there.
You got a serial number?
S18.211021.
Oh.
You got it. It's on the flap that you tucked in there.
Psych. We're not gonna do that.
What? Oh, we can check in at the end.
I already tucked it in.
No.
Here, we'll do this.
No. All right.
211021.
That's the same thing. S18.
That's 18. Interesting. So much about
That's
beautiful
part of the.
packaging.
For anyone that watches the Hero Clicks, that's my. I just chuck everything. It gets chucked.
Just good
Sometimes the
stuff.
figures get chucked too because they're garbage.
So you
All
think
right, where are we?
I think most of the community knows already, but because they're printed in Japan, they're not paper packs.
I really like the paper packs.
I love the paper packs. It reminds me of the Christmas I never had when I'm shredding through that paper. I'm just kidding.
Christmas I
I'm
never
just
had.
kidding. Oh wow, that is very bright.
I feel
I
majestic in the first pack.
I feel a tunic in the first pack.
Are we calling the shots now?
I did call the Bravo yesterday.
you did
Sunday.
call the Bravo.
So one thing I did hear is that the cards are much thinner, or they feel thinner.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the white border.
I love them too. Like they pop, and like I really like too at the bottom where like it, like you don't have that black background where the set is and the numbers
If
are,
I can get a clear,
and
like,
that looks really
Yeah.
cool. And certain cards like pop more than others, right? So like the mechanologist border really pops.
Yeah.
Like this is pretty sick here.
I
Like
don't-
the hero cards in these
Oh,
white
they're hero
borders look so cool.
see,
That looks so
are they
cool.
There's no foil though.
No foil. No foil.
See, that would.
But
I
you know-
have to say, so far, what I'm looking at, I don't dig the Guardian in the white border.
No, I agree with you. I also don't like the rune blade in the white
I
border.
didn't open any Rune Blade.
But
The Wizard I like.
I'll say from a feel
there's a Rune
wise,
Blade.
they feel a lot better than the unlimited Aria Japanese printing.
Okay.
So it's definitely a different card stock. They feel better, but they do feel thinner. I will say that they do
I
feel
took
thinner.
the other cards away, but I think maybe you just put that thought in my head. I got two rares there. That was
I just got 2 rares as well.
I got a High Speed Impact which will go in the deck and replace the black border.
Of course, because now you can
Barrage
count
and
cards.
Beatdown, yeah.
And I got the Redliner and Russian River. The ninja cards don't look too bad.
No.
And the equipment looks pretty legit
Yeah,
too.
so I had
in that
a-
white border.
I had what was it? The Romping Club.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like I think what's really cool about this is that they're adding a larger differentiation between first printing cards and reprints. So like I'm really liking that because like when we look at like a Majestic in first edition or unlimited, like a lot of times there's no difference whatsoever
Yeah.
in the pricing. And now we're going to have a very small amount of player base that will prefer white cards, like myself, and like I enjoy the white
Apparently.
cards. But
I would like to see a white border foil though. I'm
no.
not gonna lie.
No, let's not do it. See, like James White has already said that like he wants to make sure that when we reprint cards, we make them uglier and uglier. So like I don't think that we're gonna get a rainbow foil on a white border unless it's a promo.
See, Rushing River, I kind of.
There's that choke slam. Yeah, the Guardian cards in the white border's not doing it for me.
No.
That
I'm at least-
Katsula looks sick.
You keep getting the heroes.
Yeah, keep on getting the heroes.
Nothing.
Flick
Got a-
Flock and a Cinder.
Got a Convection Amplifier and a Rushing River.
So what's the first legendary we're gonna pull?
I forget what they are now.
I think we're gonna pull Tunic.
You think it's Tunic?
I think it's gonna be Tunic. So we have the option of just about any legendary except for I think Skullcap and Cheyenne from the first 3 sets. So hopefully we see a Tunic. Or do we need a Phantasmal Footsteps?
I would take that because I'm still missing that.
So
I
first
got a
Majestic,
Rhinar.
that I pulled over here, Righteous Cleansing. I think this does it for me in the white border. It's a little bit more forgiving than just the normal Guardian card.
I do like the hero, and I finally pulled one to see
Yeah.
I got Rhinar. I'm still on the rare train. I got to take aim and Ether Sync.
So I think we should expect to pull about 12 Majestics per box here.
12.
At least that's what it's looking like these days.
I
Which
better get a Majestic soon.
which isn't exactly an increase if you think about, from a normal printing box with 24 packs, we typically saw 9 to 12, including the rainbow foils.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. Pulled an Ira though.
I got my first Majestic.
I think that Ira is going to have to be played in New Jersey this
Oh, I like that.
coming up.
Now here's the cool thing.
What's that?
I think this is the first time this is printed in Majestic.
It is. Yeah.
Look
So
at that. I got a Crazy Brew Majestic.
all the super rares being upgraded to Majestic is kind of surprising to me, because like when we saw Monarch came out, we had specializations printed at rare, and I kind of thought that might be where we see a lot of the supers that were originally printed as supers in WTR and Arcane Rising.
Some of the Rune Blade, I'm not opposed to the Rune Blade.
So Sledge of Anvilheim, that looks pretty good too. And
I got a Tomb of Findall.
Tome of
Tome,
Find
yeah,
Out.
what I said.
He's a teacher, everybody.
Yeah. I'm working on 5 hours of sleep and a 14-hour workday. So
I will say too, the packs are way easier to open than the like a lot of times those Japanese packs like really tough to open. So these are not so.
So I'm
bad.
voting Mechanologist, and then I'm voting Wizard. I think I like in the white. There's a Viscerai, white border.
That looks
like
pretty
that,
good,
yeah.
but he's banned. So
Oh, there's another Majestic.
that's awesome. I'm
Plasma
still only
Purifier.
at one Majestic over here.
One
so
Majestic.
we got a long ways to go.
I'm happy with any Mechanologist card that can go in my deck. What are we calling there?
Talishar, the Lost Prince. So that looks pretty good in the white border.
Yeah, okay.
I like that a lot.
I like the Malvern Skies in the white.
It pops. I'll
Because
give
the
you
white
that.
in the background. That's,
Yeah, it definitely pops. I just not sure if I feel the purple borders off the white.
Who is out there? Anyone out there? I think we got two people. Two people riding along here. So maybe we can give them a little backstory here. So the store, my store, From the Ashes Game, we've been open since last July. No, that's a lie. 2 Julys ago. Because apparently you open a store in the middle of a pandemic, but the doors are still open, so.
That's true.
And I know there's another Marlboro guy. Jeremy came to me pretty early, and hey, there's this game, Flesh and Blood, which and it took almost a year, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's
because
hard.
the first event, it was just, I forget who was with you that day.
My friend Anthony
Yeah.
was with me.
Basically, you guys taught me.
Yeah, we taught you. We came in a couple times for that. But I mean, at that point, it was just trying to
And that was
build a
before
relationship.
Monarch.
Yeah, that was right before Monarch.
Because I was able to get, that was the first product I was able to get in.
Monarch First Edition.
That debacle.
That debacle. But yeah, I mean, it's.
Having said that, though, I kept my word to you.
You did keep my. I mean, he's not Child Fireball, so let's just say, do not pay
Straight
$600 a box for that. Hashtag end toxicity.
No, but it took a while. Now we're growing. I think we're at a good spot. Like,
I think we are.
I think
I
the
mean,
last
we're
6
seeing a consistent 8 to 12 players, and
yeah,
I think that's really good for us.
I'm not feeling that.
No, that looks terrible. That looks like really bad. That looks like the back of an Apple Jacks box. But the Dorinthia looks really good in the white border.
I mean, is that like MetaZoo-ish?
I wouldn't call it MetaZoo because they at least got good art. Got a Majestic over here though.
See,
Lord
turn
of Wind.
back quickly.
Lord of Wind looks pretty sick there with the white border. I like
At least
that a
I
lot.
found someone like I it was always frowned upon in Magic. Like, oh, white border. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Hey, you gotta embrace it. Like when you see how sick this looks, on a table, you just have to embrace the white borders.
like even on the Prism, like, oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Like if I would ever go sleeveless, I would want an all white deck, white bordered deck.
Oh, there's a pretty. Even though I'm not a fan of him.
Bravo, yeah, that's looking pretty good. But that's not the degenerate Bravo. I know. That's the. But
it's still Bravo.
I can respect you, Bravo. Bravo was actually the first hero I ever played.
Oh, there is another Majestic. Feign Death.
There you go. A little bit of Ranger love.
Speaking of Bravo, I do have the so Armory events every Sunday here, except the weekend of the Pro Tour.
That's right.
And if you show up to a Sunday Armory event, you get a raffle ticket for the Armory kit. This month had that was the Welcome to Wraith Bravo.
Yes, the
map.
Showtime map.
Yeah,
the Showtime map.
And I got Genus again.
You did get Genus again.
So.
It was kind of cool seeing LSS re-release some of those old promos. I know we awarded off the Cold Foil Kodachi from back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool to see some of those.
And that was the prize in this week, right?
That was the prize last week.
We also have the Wizard one, the Ether.
I don't think anyone picked it.
No. Well, it was a random pick because
no
that is all, and I forget what the other one was.
There we go. Got E-Strike. There we go.
Oh, really? Nice.
Very.
I'm still light on E-Strikes.
Very beautiful card. I think with the clouds, I think that looks really cool.
Okay.
So
I can get behind that.
Really good one.
Maybe if I like the Whisper. No way.
I think it's a good contrast. I think that's what a lot of these white cards are. It's the artwork where it contrasts well. I think it's great. And then you have some that are just really conflicting colors and maybe not so much.
Not sure I'm barraging Beatdown. Maybe because I've seen about 10 of those already. So
I got the Band Viceroy.
there we go. Oh, 0 to 60, my friend.
So we are seeing a lot of heroes printed, and like honestly, like I'm not sure how I feel about that.
A Steel Blade.
That's awesome. That's a good looking card.
I think her cards are looking really nice.
Yeah.
In the white.
I mean, hopefully we one day see her as a light Dorinthia. I think we're about overdue for pulling something a little bit spicier than E-Strike.
I would take an E-Strike.
I got Reckless Swing. Yeah, I mean that's another one, right? Like some of the power level of the old super rares, I'm really surprised that they didn't downgrade them to rares. That looks sick.
Yeah, the Rune Chant.
That Rune Chant. I know they reprinted some of the Crucible War, or all the Crucible War heroes too. So that kind of feels like a wasted slot in a way. Zero to 60. Unmovable. That seems like it almost has like a looks very pale in the center there. Very interesting.
Chanting Melody. I'm debating if I like that. How we're debating the aesthetics of the white border here. I like it.
I'm really surprised how
what time
controversial.
is in New Zealand? We should have tagged Alan.
That's probably about 7 a.m. over there. I'm actually really surprised how controversial the white borders were. Like the amount of people that are just like really upset about the melt.
Like that just feels like
Does it feel like a wasted slot?
Lame.
But it's a staple.
Okay.
It's a staple.
Potato.
It might be a staple in Commoner.
That's very reflective. I just noticed that. All right, what do we got? Still nothing spicy.
Speaking of staple iron rod equipment, we got that Feigned Death and a Mauvrion Skies. You know, I can't be mad about the Mauvrion Skies though, because like you can never have too many of them, especially since we have like 4 Rune Blades.
Somersault. This is the first wizard card. I don't know about the white border. Yeah, I'm debating.
Yeah, kind of conflicting with that red.
Where are the spicy cards?
Not in this box. I mean,
I don't know.
Feigned Death and an E-Strike. I guess it's not terrible with the E-Strike, but we need a little bit more spice.
I was on a run there of Majestics, and now another enchanting melody.
See, I got my Rune Chant.
There you go.
A Flick Flack and a Oath to the Arc.
I got a crown. Maybe that's I kind of like that in the white.
I think the packs look really nice. I really like the art design of the packs because like it kind of looks like they're like I can imagine like History Pack 2 is going to be like further down the steps, and hopefully they like invert it so like they're coming down the steps on this way, and then like hopefully they show some
I didn't even notice the
different
steps there.
artwork. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was looking at the background and missed the foreground.
Gives me some like classic Final Fantasy dungeon crawl vibes.
Come on, where's that Majestic?
Need Command and Conquer. What'd you pull? Phantasmal Footsteps. There's the tunic. I called it. I called
There
it.
it
I said we're gonna
is.
pull the tunic.
The white border tunic. I will take it. Yeah, the wizard cards are very hit or miss. Like that red does not pop on. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's very conflicting.
Like the Zap, I think looks good,
Yeah.
but that red with the fire is. Oh, there we have it.
So we have
Now
the
I
tunic.
can sell my black bordered tunic, so I can
run the white
irritate
tunic.
people and run the white bordered tunic. I think
Or
that's a
they'll
good
just
one.
think you're broke.
Or that. There's a Majestic too. Beast Within. I like that. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that an A. Or I dig it.
I don't know how you could give that an A, but hate the wizard card.
I don't see.
A lot of the same
It
colors there.
feels different. I think it's.
Does it?
I think because it. All right. Are we gonna get into aesthetics here?
It's all aesthetics. That's all this game is.
So,
That's why we
Hold
have
on.
cold foils. It's all aesthetics.
but if you look, I think it's because the red on the blue into the white, where this almost looks like it blends right into the border for Brute.
Okay, I can see it.
I think that's why. I think that's where I'm drawing the line.
Glint the Quicksilver though.
Oh, nice.
That looks really good.
That yeah. Doesn't look as good as a tunic.
It doesn't, but you only pulled the tunic because I called it.
But I need the footsteps.
You need the footsteps. We need a vestige of soul.
I think overall, I like the Mechanologist. I haven't seen a bad Mechanologist card.
Yeah,
I don't think.
that'll look good. Got Majestic Gamblers Clubs. That's a playable card there.
Yeah.
But we don't play brutes here.
Amplify the Arknight. I hope Merle is not watching. When we say-
Merle and Chad, like, come find me and slash my tires for saying that
Hey,
no
someone,
one plays brutes.
Soulbringer 80. Hey guys, the cards actually look good with the white border.
Hey, yeah, I mean, thanks.
Cards with Michael. Is that?
Cards
Is that?
with Michael. Yeah, cards. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
We met in Hoboken last year at a.
I'm pretty sure the
at a
story can
calling.
stop. We met at Hoboken. I mean,
No, like it was exciting because like
No,
I was
just-
like, "You're Michael," and he's like, "Yes, I am." I was like, "Can I shake your hand?" And we were in the middle of a pandemic, but he was all cool. That's awesome.
Did he say, "Are you Open Book Jeremy?"
No,
Or is that just my pet name?
but check out that data doll. Like that looks
Oh.
really cool. Like those
I
colors
need
with the
that.
white border looks really
That's-
cool.
But you know what? I've not seen a Mechanologist card that I didn't like yet.
That's true. But I mean, back in the crew days, you wouldn't be liking seeing the data doll.
Oh, that's Chris Soulbringer. Hey, Chris. Oh, I got a Skull Horn. I'm trying to like it. I'm trying.
Yeah, Flood of Force. So one thing we definitely did not see is like I guess there's no chance at a double Majestic pack.
Oh, because of the foil.
Yeah, like
I'm
no
debating if I like
no
this
foil
card.
slots. I don't mind the ninja cards. I think the ninja cards look pretty
I'll
good.
give that an A-.
Especially the Mysteria border cards. Like those look really good. The blue and white.
He said, we'll see you again in Secaucus soon, I'm guessing.
Oh, New Jersey. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Hey, you might see me there, so.
Yeah, but like I'm open with Jeremy. No one cares about you.
That's true. There's another one I'm on the fence on. I've liked a lot of the Warrior card. I think I
Yeah.
like that.
Well, look at that.
That's cool.
That actually contrasts very
yeah.
well with the white borders.
So what are your thoughts on the Nature's Path Pilgrimage? Like,
I think the warrior cards in general. I think with the light gray borders, I think it looks really good with the white border cards. Yeah, I mean it's definitely
there's
very
that
hit
damn
and miss.
fire on the Wizard.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the fire.
Well, if we see any Volcor borders like Blazing Aether, the Kano specializations, I don't think that they're gonna look too hot.
There's
in
a
the white
Mandible
borders.
Claw. My goal is to run all white border equipment.
I want to do it.
That means I need a tunic. History Pack 2 needs not a tunic, needs a skull cap.
I don't know if they'll do it. We got Arknight Ascendancy here. That's pretty cool.
This is the first Stroke of Foresight. Is like,
That's cool.
yeah,
I mean, with the gold.
I like it, but it's borderline. I got a flood of force. That one I do. Like you said, the ninja cards look really.
Yeah.
There's a flood of force.
All right, so with 11 packs left, I really need to catch up here.
How am I behind? I have 12 left. Hold on. I gotta get caught up.
Hottest pull being that E strike there.
There's another high-speed impact. I will happily put those in the old
I
dash deck.
I think I'm gonna run all white bordered heroes in New Jersey.
That's awesome.
I think they look really hot. They're really good.
Yeah, you. I'm assuming.
What's that?
Chris is asking. I'm assuming you can use them in that deck because you can't really tell they're white. I mean,
Yeah,
they're gonna be sleeves, so it
Yeah.
won't. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you could absolutely use them like that. That's why they use the original backing.
Yeah. What were you sitting at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sitting at 7 Majestics and a legendary.
So like I was so excited about the pools that like I was not separating them out, but it's
What a rookie!
What a rookie.
Mistake. Out for blood. See, I don't mind these like electric lightning kind of wizard stuff.
yeah.
I think looks good. So it's Not sure if I like read the runes.
Yeah, those rune blade borders did not do it for me.
I feel Rune Blade
not
needs to
these.
be dark too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the aesthetic.
So I don't think I have many hits left in this.
So you
stack.
have, I've only have 7 and a legendary, and you're sitting at 9.
9. Yeah.
Yeah. I think all heroes and specializations, if you have any, should be white border.
Yeah. The heroes look really good though, and especially like I really like that border.
Like if you showed me this picture and said on white border, what do you think? I'd probably say not great, but I think it works.
Got copper. That's a hit, right?
There you go.
Not quite.
Oh, I got another banned card.
What's that? Seeds of Agony? Well, that's only banned in Blitz, so it's a very important differentiation. Well, I guess it's suspended. Suspended, banned. I'm not sure. I think that's one thing that like I commend LSS for is some of those
I really like this one.
some of those bannings and restrictions like to slow down the Blitz format. 'Cause like I'll say like that's definitely not my favorite format, and it's because it's so spiky, right? Like
Yeah.
you know when games are ending on one or
Yeah.
two turns.
Red in the ledger.
Got another hit. Yeah, Singing Silk Blade.
nice.
That looks really good in white borders.
I'm really enjoying this Whirling Mist Blossom in the white. So my if I was rating them, the top 3, I think Warrior, Ninja, Mechanologist look fantastic in white.
I think it's important to differentiate the ninja borders, right? Because we have ninja, and then we have the Mysteria border, which you see on the Katsu cards and the Ira cards. So like that, I would definitely rate probably my favorite actually.
Guess who's going to Jersey if I go?
Mechanologist, that's your golden ticket.
Dash, that's telling me I should go, right?
Blitz team event. Here we go.
Unfortunately, if I go, I'll be playing with someone else playing Blitz, so I'm gonna have to bust out a alternate.
I think
An
Mechanologist.
AWC, as I would call it, alternate win condition. I
think-
just made that up.
I think Mechanologist is one of those really like underrated classes. I don't think that they get the
I've never
attention
played her
they
in
deserve.
CC.
I played against her in CC.
Doesn't sound like it was enjoyable.
It was not a healthy relationship, let me tell you. All I know is like action, steam counter, gun, gun, gun. Like I know what was going on.
See,
I was
there we
just like,
go.
okay.
Wizard Zap, I like.
Yeah.
Not that far.
Is that light blue?
Oh, that's
Dawnblade, that's sick. That's awesome.
Pretty nice.
I heard someone say on a stream that they thought that the tokens that we see like Katsu or whatnot, I guess they're not printed as tokens anymore, but like those might be a little bit more chase than what we give them credit for.
Oh, really?
Because I think that, like out of all the cards, I think the hero cards kind of look like the best in the white borders, and the equipment. Oh no. A mangle. That doesn't do it for me. Find the white borders.
Do you want to borrow my white tunic? Are you using a tunic?
I'm using a black border tunic, and it's rainbow foil, so it got a little bit of sparkle
high
to it.
octane.
That looks really
I'll
good
take
in the
a
white
high.
border.
There's the Katsu that I like the.
Yeah.
Is it all young heroes in here?
No, we got adult heroes too. So there's the adult Katsu.
Oh, okay. See, I'm a moron. I didn't pull my heroes out. Well, we'll save that for a
Well-
later date unless someone wants to. Someone remembers where they were. Reaping Blade. Come on. What do you...
Oh no. Well, guys, I don't think that we're gonna see another legendary. We have 4 packs left.
Wait, that's what you called the
Call the tune.
the Bravo and 5 packs of Everfest. I mean,
That was a fantastic pull. What, 5?
where did you get those packs?
From the Ashes Gaming.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I
place.
pulled 2 or 3 Bravos here, okay? Like, not saying that the boxes are loaded, but I'm not saying that the boxes aren't loaded.
Well, Merle gets upset when he doesn't buying a box and doesn't open a legendary.
Is that crazy brew?
Crazy brew.
Officially puts me at 12 hits. You know what I really could have used was an Art of War. Can never have too many Art of Wars.
Yeah, I actually came across my third one. I was going through my piles at home, and so I think the only thing I'm generally missing a playset. I think I'm still short an E-Strike.
Oh,
I mean, I could complain about that, but then I look down at the tunic and say, okay, well maybe.
that lucky pull.
I don't mind that one, Rune Blade and White Border.
That's disgusting.
You don't
You,
like that?
you have very bad taste, and you might be colorblind.
I'm gonna save the last pack. I'm gonna savor it. I'm gonna sip my
Oh,
zero
no.
sugar off-brand.
we are down to the last pack as well.
Should we do a slow reveal here for the last pack?
Slow reveal.
Which is not usual. Open Book Jeremy is not about a slow reveal.
No, I'm in and out in like less than 5. Like
All right, I start with a Crush Confidence.
Smash Instinct.
Nah, I think mine wins.
6 power. It's at least a
Oh,
draw.
okay. All right, I'll count
But
that.
mine's cheaper. No, 3 and 3. Okay. Choke slam.
Pack Hunt.
6. I
5.
beat you. I beat you.
All right, are we playing war here?
Driving blade.
Leg tap.
I get to go twice. See, you don't have to be better at anything. You just have to be better at arguing. Room flash.
Salvage Shot.
But Room blade wins.
No, it doesn't.
Tell that to the first living legend who happens to be a Room blade. Ridge Rider
Rune
shot.
Flesh, so I win. According to your logic.
I'll give you that, but it's still won like 6 times.
Who's keeping score? Is anyone keeping score? I lost track.
Aether Flare.
We both going wizard there.
Yeah, that's degenerate. Sink Below.
I think my Nebula Blade wins out there.
So not even Viserai, who reached living legend, uses Nebula Blade.
Yeah, Fate Foreseen. Blue.
I only block 1, so I guess you win there with the opt. So no legendary
Majestic.
box. There we go.
Got myself a Massacre.
I got Take Aim.
Now, see, that one has the red and it doesn't bother me as much.
I think it's because like the bright colors in the background.
I'm
Also,
I think
like,
it's
he's
that
murdering
border.
a village.
I think it's that blue border with the red into the white. Like, no,
Blue
on the
bill-
wizards that I don't
Oh
like.
goodness, you're calling that blue border, and I'm thinking you are colorblind.
All right, so let's count here. I am sitting at Massacre, High Octane, Red in the Ledger, Skullhorn, Beast Within, Steel Blade Supremacy, Feign Death, Plasma Purifier, Tome of Findall, and Crazy Brew. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's below average.
I think.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about the.
Yeah, it's an expand.
Oh, you want it? You can hear it. Just
So like I also got a Crazy Brew, a Mangle, Singing Steel Blade, Righteous Cleansing, Gambler's Glove. Like, yeah, that's a hit. Flood of Force, Arcanine Ascendancy, Enlightened Strike,
I want that Easter egg.
Lord of Wind, Reckless Swing, Feign Death, and Glint the Quicksilver. I feel really good about this because like the only overlap that we had was the potion
And Feign Death, I think.
Feign Death,
Oh yeah, I think that's
and like no doubles on the
because these did
Majestics.
come from the same case.
Same case, yeah. Or I guess you pulled Flood of Force too, right?
I don't think so.
One of us did. Where'd that come from? I had 12 Majestics. This had to come from your stack. We got them.
Maybe.
All right, so we had a.
Oh, it did. I put that out there early. That was one of my early ones. I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I think.
So I would have been 11, and
Yeah, it's definitely good boxed.
so that seems to be the going rate.
Yeah. So I mean, like like if I'm looking at this as like a newer player, like I definitely would be happy with either of those boxes. Not seeing so many repeated Majestics, I think are pretty good.
We still have these were obviously for the stream, but starting they go on sale tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so still sitting on. I was a little upset I got 2 cases, but hearing what other places were getting, I guess 2 cases is not horrible. And I was told from my distributor that was partly because of the event. So thank you to
the community,
the community for getting in here. And I know we've been doing a lot of our new players, so we've been doing a lot of on demand, just coming in, playing, hanging out. Last night you guys did some.
A lot of open jokes. That's what our open play really is.
Yeah, I mean, those jokes are gonna have to. I mean, that's gonna have to be for like the OnlyFans stream or something. 'Cause I don't think they're appropriate.
That's tomorrow at 11.
Waivers will be signed for that. Jeremy already signed it. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like I don't typically read things I sign. No. I mean, you log on to like World of Warcraft and you have to read like 20 pages before you log in. So like,
Yeah.
who has time for that?
So yeah, I gotta go through and see what heroes. I think all my heroes were young. I didn't get a ton.
I think
But I
most
do-
of my heroes were adults.
But I do.
Oh, there's young Katsu. Would have been cool if they were double-sided, the heroes.
Especially in this set, I
Yeah.
would have.
That actually looks really cool. The Zypher
Oh,
needle
that's. Yep.
with the white border.
I'll give that an A+. The
Katsu.
refraction bolters though are pretty sweet looking, and the Dawn Blade. The needle might be the best weapon though I've seen.
See, like the artwork, and like I don't know if it's just because the white borders maybe throw me off, but like the artwork seems like a lot brighter. Like I look at this energy potion, and it like the printing just seems a lot lighter of a printing, which definitely helps.
I think the white. I think
borders.
that's definitely the white border bringing that out.
But that one actually almost looks washed out to me, like blood spill versus that.
It's those rune blades don't. The white doesn't like that just doesn't fit a white border.
No.
The blood spill invocation just. I don't know that I got many heroes.
That Data Doll is probably my favorite, and
Ah.
it's not even a card that I like, or a hero that I like.
You know what though? I have that in cold foil coming up for a Sunday Armory event.
There you go.
I mean, who does not want a cold foil Data Doll?
I already have one that I bought from the great land of Canada. You may have heard of it. It's this place up north.
Oh, Canada?
Oh, Canada. Do you know the song? You look like someone you might know the song. No?
You know, I've been to enough hockey games where I've heard the song, but
I've only
I lie. I did get a Bravo. adult hero. I forgot about Bravo.
The non-degenerate.
Yeah, I generally forget about Bravo because I don't.
Is Bravo any good?
No. Is he any good right now with the? Oh, that's right, because I got the
I guess he's still decent. Everyone's still playing him.
Viscerai. You don't think he's going to take a hit going into Jersey? No.
I think he's still going to win the Pro Tour. Like when you see the vast majority of players still playing him, it's just I think the odds are there.
So I got 4 young heroes and 1 regular. I got Bravo, Showstopper.
So look at that Kano. So what do you think about the Kano?
I like that.
Earlier I said that it would not look good, and I think I may have changed my mind actually seeing it. I did not think that the Volcor border would look very good with the white.
No, I'm. Wow.
So that was a lot of heroes in my pool.
You know what was not in your pool?
What's that? Bravo? The tunic.
I'm gonna have to find a white border dash. Well, I guess if I'm running any blitz ones, I can. Where's that? Are you judging the?
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of looking at it. I mean, it does have that flair that the Japanese printings cards typically do. A little bit of edge damage, but I mean, overall, I mean, like I said, the card quality is definitely different from the other Japanese packs. Like they feel a lot different.
Good, bad, or
thank
ugly,
you,
the chef, for a subscription. Appreciate it. I need something to go off when people do that, like little. That's.
Let's see if he notices where his tunic went.
Huh? I just saw it mixed in with it. Which means now I have a tunic for trade.
You do.
Not this one. That dumb black bordered one.
I'll trade you my Phantasmal Footsteps for it.
For what?
The tunic.
This tunic? I would trade this tunic for a Phantasmal Footstep.
There you go, guys. Hit Joe up on the Central PA page and get this man a Phantasmal Footsteps.
Oh, is that Chef? Is that where were you tonight? Speaking of, we got to get your music on here for sure. All right, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. That was fun.
Definitely appreciate you guys coming out.
That was kind of torture because I know I can sell these, but it's for the community.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's just this was research.
It was.
So it looks like 12 is the. I mean, we both were at 12.
Yeah, I mean 11 to
but
12 hits, right? I mean, if I was a new player looking in, I'd definitely give it an A plus. I think it's a great instant collection. You have a little bit of everything. And hey, listen, like if you're playing Blitz, like you don't need 3 of every Majestic.
Yeah.
So, 1 or 2 will get you by.
No Commander Conqueror or Art of War though.
No, but I did have the E-Strike.
Yeah,
I did have
E-Strike has still eluded me. Like that's I got, or maybe I did. I know I have piles at home and like I've. Apparently, when you work 8 hours a week, it's hard to sort cards. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the pull rates for a case to see how much overlap we have.
Well, if Chris buys the, he might not want it because the. Do we know what the legendary?
The legendary rate I believe is 1 in 80 packs now, give or take. But like, there's nothing like official that was.
So that's
announced.
close to.
Like
I guess, being
being
36 packs.
Yeah, I guess you should see like 1.5 legendaries per case. I think.
Okay.
I think
that's not terrible.
Every case, like you might see like 2 legendaries every now and then. At least that's what it kind of seems like.
He said MetaZoo gameplay time.
Oh, so
well that video is gonna be really short because it's not a game.
Oh no! Don't do that now. Like it's a game that people play. and you tap lands
Liar.
and you do things and stuff.
They're
and-
not lands.
Hey, listen, come down for an armory, and Joe will give you 2 MetaZoo packs per win.
Yeah, if you would, if I got a deal on MetaZoo.
I will. I can respect, like, if that's your thing, that's cool. It's just it's not for me. Like, can't.
Yeah, it's like so Pokemon I never played till I opened the store, so I'm like, I'll start the online and play it. Like, as a kid, I could appreciate that as a game. As an adult, I'm just like,
So like,
there's not enough. There's not enough there for me.
yeah. I look at Flesh and Blood. Like, I played Magic for about 25 years, and like with Flesh and Blood, like everything was just so new to me, and it felt really refreshing to just have a game and something I enjoyed. But lately, like a lot of these Kickstarters are popping up. They just have so many borrowed mechanics from Magic, and it's just like, you know, uh, they might be good games if you isolate them, but it still just kind of feels like Magic. And like I know like MetaZoo doesn't have like the land system in its
MetaZoo is
entirety.
like Magic
It's
and
like sort of,
Pokemon
right? Like,
crossover.
crossover makes
Yeah.
a baby.
Because Pokemon,
Um,
you put it on the Pokemon, but MetaZoo, you put them out. But
Yeah, you still
the
have.
cards feel Pokemon-ish
Yeah.
with a Magic land system.
If there's one thing that I would give MetaZoo, it's the foiling
It's easily
looks kind
counterfeitable.
of cool. Oh, don't that's speculation time. It's the red, like, so like what gets me with MetaZoo is like it just does not look like a professional product. Like you like a lot of the icons were just off the internet.com, and
It looks like a high school senior,
like MS Paint,
art.
MS Paint design on the borders, MS Paint design on the icons. Like it just like I
The
look
art
at
of the
Flesh and
cards
Blood
is
looks-
unique, though. Like, I can appreciate and the cleverness of some of the names.
Well, you're also a school teacher, right? Where you have
That's true. So, I mean, that is
Um,
true.
teach them. Like a lot of people, they like the art in MetaZoo, and like there are some cryptics that like I could say like look kind of cool, but the vast majority of them, they're just not for me. Gameplay wise, like if they focus a little bit more on their gameplay, and we see tournaments with like 500 people, 600 people, like that's a respectable number. And like I could say like that's awesome that those people found like something that they enjoy. But it's definitely not just not for me.
Yeah, I haven't played a game, so I don't know, but ever since playing Flesh and Blood, and Jeremy's heard this from me, my first complaint in the beginning was the card pool, just there wasn't much in the deck building. It's kind of, okay, I'm playing this hero, I'm probably playing there might be a card or two that you switch out. I think Everfest kind of opened things up a little bit more.
Yeah.
That was the first set that really supported everything, wasn't it?
Crucible was. Crucible.
That's right. Yeah.
I think the one hurdle that Fab has is that lore matters, and like it's one thing that like as a community, not everybody understands, and it's not in like a disrespectful way, or it's nothing like that. It's just a lot of people don't understand that the reason why we have Draconic in Volcor is because the lore matters, and it's like we're visiting like all these places in Wraith, and we're not gonna get a lot of that like shadow love or light love until we see more supplemental sets, and like we're not gonna see as many talents that don't exist in those realms. So like unfortunately, like because of the limited availability of the lore book from Flesh and Blood, like a lot of people don't realize that that's why those borders exist, and that's why the different talent systems exist in their different locations. And hey, look, we got like 4 or 5 more places to go before we start recycling content, right? So like I don't think that we're gonna go back to Solana for probably a couple more years. But like we'll hopefully now that they switched over to a model where we start seeing 2 supplemental sets a year, I think we'll start seeing some talent cards being introduced into the supplemental sets to spice up the gameplay of those light heroes. So that way they could support those talents without jeopardizing their stance on lore.
Yeah.
Like they could give us, another Shadow Runeblade.
And me coming in at Monarch, followed by Arya, they were two very specialized and unique sets. That's where I was on the I'm not really sure.
It's confusing too because I
think Elemental is easy to add to, where Light and Shadow is probably not as easy. Maybe
add to in what way?
Well, they added even in Everfest they added an Elemental Wizard.
Yeah. I mean,
now adding heroes that can use those cards.
Right. Now that the talents were introduced, it's easy to add to those pools. My speculation is that when we finally go to the Savage Lands, I believe that talent might end up being primal, and I think that because when you look at the Savage Lands and you think like they're savage, and then you look at that border and it's very almost like prehistoric, and you see barbarians or brutes, if you will. I think that's what the talent's going to end up being, is primal or something in that nature. But my point in bringing that up is I think we're not going to see a supplemental set that introduces a new talent before we go to the location where that talent derives.
Gotcha.
So I think the next supplemental set and the one after that, I think we could see more draconic heroes or light heroes or light cards or shadow cards. But I don't think that we're going to get new talents introduced until we go to those sets and into those locations.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping maybe a little light and shadow snuck into Everfest. Maybe.
I was too. I would have. I definitely would have bet money.
Especially light. Light seemed like it.
Yeah.
You still have the darks. I mean,
I don't think that the location, because of it being a supplemental set, I wasn't expecting to only get elemental heroes or Arya heroes, I guess would be more proper, because we saw Genus and we saw the other heroes, and they're from Arya, but they're not talented heroes. So I didn't think that Everfest being a supplemental set was going to mean that we were only going to see Arya heroes. I definitely would have bet money that we would have saw talent support for Light and Shadow, because we obviously it's now been a year since we had Light and Shadow cards.
And Prism's well on the way to.
I think Prism has a little bit to go, but I think Prism and Chain could really use something to spice up their gameplay.
To go to Living Legend?
I'm sorry?
So they can become Living Legend?
Not so they can become Living Legend, but just so not everybody's playing the same deck.
Yeah.
If you look at Prism lists, they're generally speaking going to have a lot of the same cards because the card pool is very limited. So I think
I feel like I've seen an evolution in that though. There's been cards that have come in and out when I look at the deck list, so I don't know.
Sometimes, in I guess in Prism, depending on the meta, it could shift in and out. But the Chain deck has largely been the same since the Seeds of Agony ban. A lot of times you'll see Flock of the Featherwalkers, and you'll see Belittle in those decks, and there's not a whole lot of variation outside of those two cards. So I really think that we could use Seeds as a 1-drop, and just something else for Chain to make him a little bit more fleshed out than he is now. And I love Chain, he's awesome. I just think that we need a little bit more Shadow and Light cards. And look at Levia, right? Levia has not been bringing home any trophies, but that's a lot of game space that has yet to be explored, because no one's piloting Levia.
Except that Singapore one or Hong Kong, that list I saw, and you told me.
Well, they're good at everything, so
they
could take the worst heroes, and I one of my first tournaments that I played online was Skirmish Season 1 way back in the day, and I played someone from Hong Kong piloting Kano, and like I don't even remember if I played the game. Like it was it was basically all right. So like turn one, all right, I'm gonna make a rune chant, and then he played, and I think I lost on turn one. Like it very very explosive, but yeah, I mean some of those Hong Kong players are really good.
All right, what are we sitting at? We're an hour. That's not too bad.
No, not bad at all.
We will. Yeah, we'll do it. I had some ideas. We just wanted to get these packs open tonight. It was kind of an impromptu thing.
Leave a like if
Speaking
you
of-
think that we should
yeah.
start a podcast, a Flesh and Blood podcast.
Like that's just time. I mean, I'd love to, but like I'd love to turn these into videos. That's just time. That's that is not in the
Not in the cards. So I made a pun.
pun intended.
Pun intended. Open book, Jerry.
No, thank you for joining us. We'll speaking of skirmish seasons, hopefully anyone out there, Alan, from the
Alan-
Ashes Gaming.
Alan, give us a skirmish. That'd be awesome.
I mean, Jeremy has probably been your biggest supporter from I don't know when. He's probably asked every local game store since they've been in the area.
I was a devout follower of Flesh and Blood, and
Were you in from the very very beginning, or?
so I got into Flesh and Blood during the Arcane Rising pre-release. I did not participate in those pre-releases, but I started buying cards since Arcane Rising First Edition. It's actually really funny because like I initially saw Alpha Investments hashtag Tag Rudy. I saw his initial video for Welcome to Wraith, and I remember looking at those cards and like, that's a really ugly game, because like you look at the borders of the generic cards and they're just
Yeah.
like really like not very appealing. And then I found Viserai when he did he did the reveal of Viserai, and I fell in love with the artwork, and I ordered boxes, and I didn't stop since.
You got people already in for the podcast, by the way.
Awesome, thanks.
Nigel. Chris, they're
Awesome,
all
Nigel. I appreciate that. I've always wanted to do a podcast.
It's a face for radio.
No,
wait.
Nigel can replace you. Nigel, I'm hiring.
Nigel has all the stuff. We tried it one. Just it's hard to get on a schedule.
I agree.
Yeah. So honestly, the plan, hopefully here soon, is maybe we can start streaming some of the Armory events. Trying to push the. I'm working hard to get events here. Like it's been a slow go, but I will say the community is growing it's growing now, and it's the community is fantastic. The local players here are all great. Like we never really had any kind of issue during
No.
I think in general the Flesh and Blood community just seems little. I've been to so many and I don't want to bash Magic. Magic for what it did, like, and that's why I didn't get into Flesh and Blood right away. I'm just like, is it another card? You know what I mean? Is it another TCG?
I've not played Magic since back in the Lorwyn days. I was playing in a Friday Night Magic, and someone was playing a Jace Mill deck, and he scarred me. Like he would talk to me in a third person as Jace, and he'll be like, Jace says you discard a card, or Jace says you draw half your deck. And that was like the last tournament I played in.
I mean, I played a lot of competitive Magic. I enjoyed it, but I withdrew from it like 3 times. And the third time I was good.
I think the system's aged, and like
and that's what I say to people. If you like look at board games or any card game, the older ones are generally not the best.
they're clunky.
Magic just has a massive card pool. It's been around forever. A credit to, I mean, then you had probably in the early 2000s, just the gluttony of failed card game after card game after card game, and then Magic ran roughshod for a decade, unopposed, and
But I think we're gonna run into that again now because, like, a lot of people see the success of Fab and even MetaZoo, to give them where credits due. Like, they do have a fan base, but now
Is
like
it a player fan base or a collector fan
a
base?
fan base. We're just gonna leave it at fan base, and now you see like every day a new TCG is
Yeah.
popping up, and like I as someone who has a very large passion for like creating games. Like I've always created board games, and I created my own Kingdom Hearts board game and even printed it and almost got sued. And um, yeah, but like I love to see these passion projects, but like I hate to think about like there's not really the space for that. Like it took us over a year to grow our community to where it's at now. And I just
From
can't imagine.
two and a half to a
Yeah,
dozen.
yeah. So like it's hard to imagine like those other card games like succeeding in that kind
So
of environment.
in my store here, we have a small contingent for My Hero Academia. Again, gameplay wise, I think it's a good game. I just can't commit to it. Final Fantasy, I believe, is a very good game. It's easy, and the decks are. Once you have a deck, you can kind of keep playing it. Like some sets come out, you might add something to it, but they also use the cards in hands or a resource,
Yeah.
which to me that's what makes this game like when you play a game like Magic, you put a land down. Okay, now I can play something that costs one.
If you have it in your hand.
Yeah, that's why every hand you draw. See, Magic was more about deck building. Like the deck building in Magic is way more intense than Flesh and Blood.
Yeah. I mean, you have to think a whole. You
the
got
card
you got to
pool.
think less with Fab because every card can be used.
Yeah.
As long as you're building within your pool, and right, like with Flesh and Blood, every game is a good game. Is Michael still watching?
I'm not.
Even if Michael was
Oh, we
playing
got
me.
2 more subscriptions. Thank you. It was that big K. I cannot see my old man eyes. 11:26. The screen's far away, and Chris subscribed.
But I mean, you look at Michael, who is a national champ, right? And like if we were playing a game, even though like he's way more skilled than me, it's still gonna be a good game. And I think that's probably one of the best design aspects of Flesh and Blood is no matter what your skill level is, you can have a good game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Even my first couple games, like playing, I never.
he almost beat me.
You're gonna take 16 on the first turn. What?
And that's why we don't like Blitz.
And I almost beat him.
Almost beat him.
I don't know what we got going on. We got a hype train is close right now. We got subscriptions flying. Guys, you guys are awesome. Awesome.
Definitely
Thank you very
appreciate
much. But yeah, I like, believe it or not, one of the first games that used a similar system was the World of Warcraft trading card game.
Yeah.
Except they were more worried about the loot cards. No one really realized it was a decent game, and then I don't think they ever play tested it. And that game,
so
any card in hand can be
spoiler,
played face
Blizzard
down.
doesn't play test things. So I don't know why
You
anyone
yell at
would
me
think.
for calling MetaZoo not a game, and now we're going after Blizzard.
Blizzard has a
No.
very bad reputation
I'm
of
just-
releasing products that aren't finished. So like,
What video game company does? I mean, Elden Ring's one of the first games in a long time that I've gotten that felt like I bought.
did
a
you beat the
complete
first
game.
boss yet?
Which one's the first boss? I beat a dragon. I beat some knucklehead in a castle,
Oh, grats.
and then I stopped playing for a little bit because Fortnite did the no build, and now I went back and I suck at it. So we're on a break right now. It's not me. It's the game.
I have, I think, 200 plus hours into Elden Ring. Before I stuck with one character, I was on my 5th. Before I beat the game, I made 5 characters or 6 characters.
Yeah.
But
But back to the World of Warcraft card game was actually a neat idea where every card in your hand can be played down as a resource.
yeah, I mean, Marvel Champions is a very similar system too. Like Marvel Champions is very close to Flesh and Blood in the sense of like
Yeah, or you're
each
pitching
card
cards,
pitches,
which we stream on Monday nights, for the record. We'll
and
be on
those cards
Scenario
come
3.
back to you just like Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
It's just it comes back to you a little bit later, right? Because it goes into your discard and then it goes into your regular
Yeah.
deck. But anyone that's played Flesh and Blood, like if you look at Marvel Champions, it's gonna be very easy to pick up.
There are
with it.
many card games I played where you look at your hand like, I can't do crap. Where Flesh and Blood, it's almost like every hand is a mini game.
The only class I played that's not necessarily true is Runeblade, because they have to typically prioritize playing a non-attack and attack action. Like sometimes you do get a hand where you do have all non-attack actions because of how you have to build that deck, especially back.
I feel that happens with Levia sometimes too.
I'm not entirely.
But
sure.
that's
Levia's a little
the
different.
starter deck too, so
Yeah.
I haven't tweaked it. But
Those starter decks are a little clunky too.
questionable,
Not questionable, just clunky.
not
Just
play
clunky.
tested.
Not. We already know that there's some playtesting issues with Monarch. Okay, we don't have to pick on them. We did get Powerhouse Chain.
Yeah. No, I will say it is a fantastic game. I think Everfest added a lot to the game, and I like the
paper packs.
Pro Tour, the paper packs, but with they hit that perfect spot with Magic. I mean, now bringing back, but Magic was like, we're done with the Pro Tour, and Flesh and Blood was like, it felt like a perfect storm. It felt like they hit Magic at a weak. I don't know if I want to say. I mean, there's
opportunistic.
still
time.
opportunistic. Like
Right.
Magic almost felt like they were on cruise control during
I
the
think
pandemic, and Flesh and Blood was on the accelerator.
Flesh and Blood, I did a very good job piloting through the pandemic. And like I look at like the card game Genesis, like a lot of people like Genesis, but Genesis did not have the same success through the pandemic as Fab did. Like Fab was able to reach a worldwide audience during the pandemic, and it seemed like the pandemic had like a rougher toll on Genesis. But I think one thing that also helps Flesh and Blood is it's an easy transition from a Magic player into Flesh and Blood. So if you were someone who liked to play in Friday Night Magics, it's easy to be like, okay, like I can pick up Flesh and Blood, and I feel appreciative as a player, and I think that's really awesome. And the prize support that LSS gives out is really cool.
It really is top notch. Like, and I mean, this is coming from a store. There's no charge. You buy their product, you're gonna get the prize support. And
I think that's one thing like James White's always said as far as like I know during the pandemic, like he actually did like a seminar for game stores, and he's very James seems very business minded, and it seems like he is able to run a business quite well, and he definitely has a good strategy. He definitely has a good strategy when it comes to supporting the local game stores, and like I know there's a lot of controversy going on right now with Channel Fireball and all that jazz, and we may never know the answer, and we'll never know like the contracts that may be in place on whether or not they broke any contracts, but like the Channel Fireball stuff aside, the amount that LSS does do for the local game store is more than what other people do, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to poke and prod. I mean, it could just be me. Like I fall through the cracks all the time.
Table calls.
Yeah.
Like
that was
table
fixed.
calls.
Alan says I'm good. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I agree. I think what happened with Monarch is that's kind of when the collector bug kind of went mainstream. Because at that point, Pokemon was out of control. Like, I couldn't get Pokemon in here. You know what I mean? I felt... So people were...
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't directly referencing Channel Fireball for, like, the Monarch stuff, but, like, that is an interesting topic, and it's always worth discussing because, like, like nobody's hands are clean when it comes to Monarch. Like the player base.
Mine are pretty clean.
I'm sorry, yours are clean, but like Monarch, like players failed themselves the moment they bought those boxes for $600 a box or however much they were. Collectors failed themselves. Channel Fireball failed the community. Like everyone is a little bit guilty in that regard. But as far as like the collector bug, I think the collector bug sank in during crew because we had like this crew. They call it the crew boom, right? Because when they started talking about print numbers and like the out of print happened with Crucible War became scarce, and then next thing you know, Alpha tunics are selling for $5,000 to $10,000, and then that set this unrealistic expectation for Monarch. And one thing that like the James White is and LSS, like they're like the direction that they've always had was first edition is there for both players and collectors, and as a community we lost sight of that, and we kind of after crew we treated first edition like it's only for collectors, and that was kind of like the problem. Like if we had the mindset of like these boxes are for players to get their hands on and be awarded for being involved in the community.
Was
That's
it
what
that it
those are
was
designed
treat?
for.
I think the people that treated it like as a store and distributor, treating it as a collectible definitely hurt.
Yeah, yeah. They
Because
treated
again,
it,
for the record, you got a steal. Like I,
that's called building relationships. You know,
he did. I mean, he even in all fairness, I think was it like 90 a box?
yeah, yeah.
I think.
So
And Jeremy, he's like, hey, if you want to sell those for more, I get it. I'm like, no, if it wasn't for him, I would have never brought them in anyway.
so to be transparent about it, right? Like I bought Alpha boxes for $65 a box. I bought Arcane Rising boxes for $65 a box, and when it came to Monarch, that's when the distributor costs went slightly higher, and where I would typically resource boxes from was like I was going to get boxes for $80 a pop. And my philosophy has been for all my local game stores, like, hey, look, like I'm gonna spend this money no matter if you sell to me or not. As a local business, I'd rather spend my money here rather than spend it all online. And fortunately, Joe gave Flesh and Blood a chance, and you made a profit, and I got the boxes for what they should have been,
Yeah.
across the board. But hey, look, like I.
Although
you
I
know,
was not here to deliver those to you because I was that was the COVID. I was out for a little bit.
but I don't consider myself being burned from Monarch, but like yeah, like I wasn't expecting the super high print numbers because like I bought 10 cases of Monarch. I bought 5 from you and 5 through other resources, and so like yeah, when we find out that Monarch was so broadly printing, like I won't say like it was a surprise, but like yeah, it kind of felt kind of weird, right? But as a collector too, the Monarch print quality wasn't the greatest, right? There's a lot of edge issues and centering issues, so like I didn't feel like I felt a little bit burned, But I did pop a library in my very last box. So like I told myself I'm gonna crack boxes until I cracked the library, and that was gonna be when I stopped. And when we got to the last
spoiler
box,
alert. I think he
What's that?
cracked some since then.
well, no. Well, I mean, cracked what?
You didn't stop after the library.
Oh, in Monarch I did though. Like I stopped,
Okay.
but and then I did obviously first edition Tales of Aria, and actually my very first box of Arcane Rising first edition I cracked a Cold Foil Eye. So like my expectations of the rarity wasn't that great.
Well, mine
So-
were either because I cracked 2 eyes from just randomly opening packs out of boredom.
Was those Cold Foil?
They were not cold foil.
So like looking at the library, I thought I was gonna pull one sooner than my 39th box, right?
Don't bug me. I'm still mad about my case of Monarch. I was like, I need a lot of these cards. No legendary. Oh, that burned me.
Monarch was kind of weird, right? Because like I ended up
from 0 to 2.
Yeah, like out of the 10 cases, 7 out of the 10 cases I opened had 2 legendaries, and then 2 of them had 1, and then I had a case that had 0. That felt bad.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. All right, we better wrap it up here. I appreciate the subscriptions here, and also, I don't know if you're subscribed.
I actually don't have a Twitch account.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, but they won't let me log in. I'm a boomer, okay? Like I don't do the internet.
You're not a boomer.
Yeah, I am. I was like born in the 80s. That's a boomer, right?
Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Well, on that note, I guess we'll sign off for Joe here from the Ashes Gaming, and
Jeremy, open book
Jeremy. Open boomer book Jeremy now.
I am a boomer.
See, I'm gonna have more pet names for him, but I mean, this is just awesome. All right, we will be back at some point where hopefully we get a little more consistent flesh and blood. What I need is people to run the store for what I pay myself. Actually, I'll double my salary for anyone else.
Just give them a box. Just give them a box of Everfest.
If I say I double my salary and they don't ask what my salary is, being 0. I'm not lying. That's not misleading, is it?
Pretty good deal, but I think it might be illegal.
Well, I'll triple the salary. I just need someone that doesn't know math.
You need to start paying. Well, this is 2022, so I think you'll have some luck there.
It's that new math.
It is that new
triple
math.
Salary.
Like you start just drawing lines, right? And then like you cross, and then you circle, right? That's how they do math these days.
A pack an hour.
A pack an hour. That's not too bad.
That's pretty bad.
Well, what if they get tips? People don't tip here.
No, it's not. I mean, unless someone it can be artsy and put out a tip jar. I don't care, whatever.
The MetaZoo packs. You could give them a pack of MetaZoo for every minute they work.
That's insulting.
Hey, you're going to pay them $0. Give them something.
That is better. Because then you got to do something with the MetaZoo cards. All right, guys. We are out. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you shortly.
All right, thank you.